I think this is it for today. So if we look at like the people who are in, not this is the training. There you go. But yeah, welcome to another Super Saturday. Last week we did a lot of bits on close distance range fighting, give you some tips and tricks in that, and today we will keep on going with the distance thing. We will probably work a lot on the more longer distance fights and give you some tips and tricks in that, as we are KRT tips and tricks. Damon, there he is.
Mr. Casual Late again.
he's that important. But yeah, if you have anything you'd like to work on, please let us know. Last week we had a few suggestions where we tried to work on, and obviously it's not going to be different today. So if you want to do something or want to know a trick or having a hard time on bits, just let us know. I will go to the warm up in a bit, but first give some screen time and some air time to Mr. String.
Airtime. Yeah, no. So we're working on the tactics today. How we close down that range, as Wesley said last week. Most people wanted to work on the smothering effect. What do you do when people are there? So just the opposite this time. It's all great being able to throw techniques, but being able to bridge the gap between A to B is probably the most important bit in the fight, and lots of people do struggle with that, and they're always a little bit reactive on waiting for the other person to come in. So any questions, because again we can show you what works for us but may not work for you, so any suggestions beyond that, let us know. Enjoy.
Oh,
woo, here we go. Super Saturday show.
All right then. Yeah, so it's the second time Darren and myself see each other already, because he trained his ass off today.
Yeah, second session today.
There we go. Put the laptop in the right place and start off with the warm up. So we'll start off with a little bit of footwork, some tiny exercises. Warm up the upper body, and then we can go for the first combination. We got 90 minutes again. Normally we're not very good in time, so today and just enjoy and have fun. So we're gonna start off with some little just like this on the place. There we go. We do 50 of this, and ni san chi go rock sish dash go jo ni san chi go rock sish dash go jo ni san chi go rock sish dash go zanju ni san chi go rock sish dash go yanju ni san chi go rock sish Goju. All right, gonna do the same every time. Gonna bring up your left knee. So we're gonna be ich, ni, san, chi, go. And please try to keep the right leg on the floor. Don't bring him up. Again. Gonna do 25 on the left, 25 on the right. And ich, ni, san, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, go, do, ich, ni, san, chi, go, sish, ash, go, 5, ich, ni, san, chi, change, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, go, do, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, go, ni, ju, ich, ni, san, chi, go. All right, shake loose. Change it up a bit. Ich, ni, 1. Ich, ni, 2. Ich, ni, san. Ich, ni, chi. Alternate. It's a little motion. I've been teaching in school, so we're going to use this. You got to think about what we're doing, and this is what fighting is as well. Got to think about what we're doing. All right, there we go. And ich, ni, san, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, gu, yeah, ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, niju, ish, need, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, sanju, ish, need, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, yonju, ish, need, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, yeah, shake loose again.
You've been
One
watching
more
Beyonce.
exercise. Sorry?
Watching Beyonce, ain't you?
Yeah. I sing a lace, there you go. And Mufasa. So, one more. 1, 2, back. 1, 2, back. 1, 2, back. Awesome. And you want to keep using the calf muscles. Us, because we use it a lot all the time when we move around. Us, you gotta be focused on that. You gotta train those little calf muscles a lot. Us, so 1, 2, back, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, back. Us, all the time. Yeah? 1 degree forward, 50 times. And ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, yeah, ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, niju, ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, sanju, ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, yonju, ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu. Yeah, all right, shake loose. So, last exercise, what we're going to do is you're going as fast as you can. 1, 2 steps and back. And then other leg. 1, 2 steps and back. 1, 2 step and back. Right leg first, left leg first. Right leg first, left leg first. Push. Take your space and please be approximately 2 meters. You have to cover. Us. Good. And dribble. Knees. Can. Knees. Go. Fish. Ash. Last one. Wait for it. Oh yeah! And back. Take loose. Us. Hands and hips and twist. Hitch, knee, sun, chi, go, rook, sish, ash, go, heja, ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha. All right, try to push the hips forward. And backwards. And make your back Hello. Is that the right scene?
Or arch.
Arch. Yeah. Good. Keep the legs stretched. On the toes. Back is still arched. A little bit more down. Back arched. Go for 90 degrees in the knees.
Push.
And up and shake it. Good. All right. Let's warm up the shoulders a little bit. Arms. And then we can go for the first combination. Us.
Push.
Left. Uppercut. Right. Uppercut. Us. This is what we're working on. Over. Under. Under. Over. Us.
Push.
Under. Over. That's one. Us. And make sure it's long. Don't think about warm up. Over, under, under, over. Us. Or under, under, over. 10 times. 4 techniques. And ish. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Ooh. Aisha.
Yeah.
Other side. Over, under, under, over. Also, don't think a lot today. So make sure the brain warms up as well. As your body, the head needs to warm up as well. Right, left, right, left. Us. There we go. And ish. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Ku. Aisha. Aisha. Shake loose. So, over, sorry, left first. Over, under, under, over. Us, over, under, under, over. Left, left, right, right. Us, 10. Only 3 more exercises to do. Us, right, still the same. Left, right, another one. Left, right, another one, and then we can start off. Us, and ish. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Ish. Ash. Go. Aisha.
Yeah.
Right, right, left, right. Sorry, left, left. I'm sorry. And ish. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Tish. Ash. Go. Aisha. Good. Under, over, over, under. Us. Under, over, over, under. Us. There we go. 10. Ish. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside. Under, over, over, under. Us. And ish. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Last exercise. Left hand. over, under, under, over, under, over, over, under. One more time. Over, under, under, over, under, over, over, under. Then on this side, then on the other side. No mistakes, guys. No mistakes. Think. Let the brain work. Let the brain do the body work. Us. There we go. And ish. Knee. Done. G. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Go. Aisha. Aisha. Right leg, right arm. Over, under, under, over, under, over, over, under. Us.
Push.
Over, under, under, over, under, over, over, under. Us. There we go. 10 times. Quick hit a drink. First combination. Us.
Push.
Aish. Nish. Done. Chi. Go. Roku. Ish. Ash. Goose. Ayash. Aisha. Quick drink. Then we go over for the first combination of the day.
Combinations. All okay so far? Not too confused, we hope.
Good. I don't think I muted everyone, by the way. Let me do that just for sure. Yeah, now everyone is muted. Probably you're able to unmute yourself at this time because we haven't really closed it all. So if there's something you need to say, just either use the chat or unmute. Yeah, cool. Thank you. So, first thing we're going to work on, we're from a very long distance. Us.
Unmuting yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you want to ask a question or not? You're muted now. All good? All good, apparently. Right then. Again, long distance, we got to get in. Us, there's a long distance. Most of the time, people just rush in. Us, you don't want to do that. So what we're going to do right now is going to be standing from a long distance. Opponent is over there, probably us, I might say, and this is the time we want to start. Us.
Push.
A lot of the times, people just run in. They just run in, especially if you look at novices or kids doing the fights. They just really doing that. Us, they really want to get in. Or people fighting me and Darren, they just like, if I'm there, I might get kicked in the face. Us, because there is a big possibility of this happening. Us. So what we're going to do right now, you're going to stand over there. You're going to bring your left leg up. This is Dmitry Savayev. Us, the Russian top fighter, good coach. He starts off with this. Us, so I'm going to be standing over there. I'm going to bring it up, going down. Us, it's very basic from this position. Long position, bring it up, and Gyaku ski. Us, from there, we're going to do this 10 on the left, 10 on the right, exercise. Then we're going to go over to Darren, who probably gives you something else. Either from this combination, we go on, or he gives you something new. We're going to rush in, but we're going to bring it up. Because if the opponent wants to rush in, he or she will be scared of the kick. Us, they will be shocked by this. Really drive in on the lowest part of the abdomen. Us, either plexus or lowest part of the abdomen. Clear on this? 10 left, right, exercise. Over to Mr. Springer. Us, there we go. And ish, niche, sun, sheesh, go, rook, sish, ash, go, yes, sure, okay. Niche, sun, sheesh, go, look, fish, ash, go, yes, Aisha. Good. Exercise. Start off with the stomach. Right, so we're gonna do crunch. One, knee to the elbow, and back. Us. One, we'll make, let's do 20. Us, and itch, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, hiya, ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shia. Stand up, don't use these bad boys, and over to Stringer.
So for drink, people. Okay. Right. So when I fight and when I'm bridging gaps, I normally use a leg technique because they're a little bit longer and everyone else is a bit taller than me. You may have noticed. So it makes sense for myself to use the longest limbs possible, which happen to be my legs. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep it nice and simple while we're warming up still, and we're going to use an arm instead, okay? So when we start off in position here, what I want you to do is we're going to go out to the right, back into the left, and then we're going to do a gyaku, okay? So unless you're really quick and you're really confident about bridging distances, straight line may be your friend or your foe, it depends. If you're going to be coming in really slow like this, the person's going to have time to react. Whereas if we're always creating angles, it's really confusing for the person, which is why most of the time when I start off, I go and then I'll break off to the side straight away, because as Wesley said, the first thing in most people's mind is just to go this way. So I like to break the mold, and I break off straight away, and I take the angle that I want, that suits me, where I want to be, and it takes away that issue there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're just going to use zigzags. Just 2. Out, back. And then as we come back in, we hit the gyaku across the body. Okay, nothing too complicated at the moment. We'll leave that for a bit later. But it's really important that we're on the balls of your feet so that we can push off to the side, land on the ball of the foot, not flat-footed here, out, back in, hit, okay? And then return out there. 1, 2, in. And again, we're looking at covering maybe 1.5 meters, depending on your space. Definitely over a meter, guys. Definitely over a meter. Okay, we all good? 10 on the right, 10 on the left, exercise, back to Wesley. Okay, ready? Let's go. H. E. Sam. He. Go. Good. And same with the other side. Remember, don't just go out sideways. We want to go 45, 45. So we always keep our body weight going forward. Okay? Let's go. And again. H. U. Sam. He. Go. Come. H. H. Go. You. Shia. Good. Seeing as these fit quite nicely with Wesley's skiing squats, we're going to do some of them. Okay, 20. Again, you can change the direction as Wesley's been doing lately whenever you want. Balls of your feet. Nice low transition between the movements. Okay, ready? 20. Ready? H. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Rek. H. H. Get. G. H. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Rek. H. H. Get. Shia. Let's have a quick drink. And over to Wesley.
Awesome. Wonder Wes. All right. So, again, using angles is very important. But also the reaction of your opponent is very important of where you go to. Especially when Darren just did this, you go 45 degrees to the left. This means your opponent will probably move out that way. Because normally in 80 to 90% of the time, when I go left, my opponent goes left as well. Because you don't really want to always close yourself in. When I go left, you go right. This means there is not a lot of space. So when you're fighting, especially in a longer distance, when I go left, the opponent goes left as well. Now I go right and catch my opponent straight away. I can catch my opponent straight away. So that's very important. So we're gonna kind of use the same movement, slightly different, which gives you another angle or another view. So I'm gonna be left leg in front. I'm gonna skip away, back, and straight ahead. This is for when my opponent goes the same way. Now I'm gonna make the distance a little bit bigger and go straight in again. So I'm gonna go out, back, and in. At the moment I go back, what will my opponent do? Probably get in. It's chess. When I put my pawn forward, he's probably going to steal it. So I'm gonna put the pawn forward, back, and in, and a liver shot. So 2 punches, out, back, 1, 2. Long Jakuski, and a nice little Staski on this bad boy. For you drinkers, it's a little bit bigger. For you non-drinkers, hopefully it's the same size. So my take, 10 on the left, 10 on the right exercise, as we always do. And ish. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rock. Sish. Ash. Go. And I'll take other side. Break off 45 degrees to the right. Step back. Jaku Staski. Really try to get your opponent close that distance. Close it again. And then jump them in. 10. There we go. And ish. Nish. Sun. Shish. Gosh. Rock. Shish. Ash. Gosh. Exercise. Stomach again. Russian twists. 20. Left, right is 1. Left, right is 1, 2, 3, and so on. Good. 20 times. There we go. And itch, knee, sun, she, go, rock, sish, ash, go, hey, knee, sun, she, go, rock, sish, ash, go, and you two, Isha, stand up, and quick little drink over to El Toro Loco, Mr. Stringer.
Okay so far? Making sense? Useful? Rubbish? Yes, rubbish. Great, excellent. Okay. So I'm gonna bridge off of what I said I do normally first thing when I step on the mat, apart from bowing. So I come in first, I'm in position, and then I'm gonna break off at the side. So it's almost similar to this, but we're gonna start from here. Okay, I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna count, we're gonna itch, break off, and then we're gonna throw a Chudam Washi. Now this gives me lots of distance if you do it correctly. Okay, and I really like to really open up my hip, get lots of distance, and make sure that we pivot this supporting leg as much as we can. If you remember, probably, it feels like a generation ago now, when we was talking about when we throw the Brazilian Mawashi, this back foot rotates all the way round to open up your hip. So we're going to use that over rotation here to really open up the hip and get maximum distance on our Chudan Mawashi. Okay, so it doesn't matter which side you start off on. I normally fight right-legged forward, but it doesn't mean that I don't go with the left leg. Okay, so when we start, we're going to be there, push, in, break, and then really drive in nice and quickly. Okay, so we're going to be here, we're going to go here, break off to the side, see where the person goes. Is he coming the same way as us? Is he going a little bit further? Adjust, and then take a really long, quick Chudan Mawashi. Yes, we're looking at delivering power into the person, of course, but first and foremost, it's really good for your ego and your stature within the fight to get the first really good technique in, okay? Because if you hit the person first, he's thinking in his mind, damn it, I got caught with a really good thing, the very first thing he did, okay? And if that's the case, then hopefully we can build off of that and keep catching him, okay? And if he keeps making mistakes, the referees at the end of the day are going to go, didn't drop him, but he caught him loads. He's clearly the technical superior fighter. Let's give it to him, okay? So we're going to start from here. So when I count, itch, we're going to go off, in, boom, and then drive in with the Chudan Mawashi. Rather than coming out and in, what I tend to do is I split this way and then drive in, nice long Chudan Mawashi, okay? So we don't step out and then step back in. What we're looking to do is split, step, and then drive in, okay?
Yes.
All good with this?
Yes.
Phone's going to die soon, so I need to put it on charge, otherwise my internet will go, but we'll be okay for this round. Okay, ready? So, we're in position, you can be static or jumpy. I'm normally quite jumpy when I'm in this position, and I'm getting ready to go. Okay, so ready, edge. Stand. Go. And on the other side, don't forget, we split, step, and then take the chew down with the left leg, which nicely hits the liver. Okay? Yeah? Here. Let's go. Neutral position. Edge. Go. Run. Good. Okay. Let's go down. We're going to do some push-ups, twist, rotation. Push-up, twist, rotation. We'll do 15. Okay? 15. 1-5, not 50. in case my accent is confusing. Okay, down we go. 16 actually, because it's even numbers. Ready? H. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rock. Ash. Ash. Get. Chew. H. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rock. And get. You have a drink and over to Wesley. Remember, all these little confusing steps are there to confuse a person. Muhammad Ali was great. He didn't do this because it was great fighting. It was to mess the person up.
Alrighty then. So we are gonna work on something fancy right now. Just because I feel like it. we've done a fair few, just going in, really driving the low punch. The long Yakuski, like in the clicker and the Wuko and stuff like that, is a really effective technique, but not an effective technique as a knockout or a knockdown. Because I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, and I'm very sorry, but this 10Q stuff is not gonna knock people out in like proper knockdown fighting when you go to a big tournament. It's actually nice too. But it might be a surprise for you all. But it's not gonna happen. So you need this really long technique. This is a very, very good technique. If you throw it 3, 4, maybe 5 times, the opponent will go down because it's gonna hurt us. So they will react on this. We're gonna use this moment. We're gonna use this reaction moment. So we're gonna really trying to fake it, and then we're gonna go over the top with a Jordan Brazilian Mawashigiri, and you're really driving in the shoulder to make them believe. So we are in a long distance position again. Maybe you just went in one, and you throw it in a few times. At this time, I'm just gonna take my time. I really wanna impress and get into his head. So I'm gonna step in. 1, 2, Jordan Washigiri with the left over there. I'm standing over here. My opponent is far away, like this. I'm gonna step 1 and over there. Bring the arm up, like I'm going to do something. Maybe he will be thinking I'm gonna do a Jordan Washigiri. Long one, and there it is. And you can see this is about 2 meters. I've got long legs, but not extremely long legs. So I'm there, left leg, and there it is. Very long technique. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. I try not to count as quickly and do it properly. Good. There we go. And ish. Knee. You can really drive it in because the shoulder is there. Sun. She. Go. Rock. 4 more to go. Stish. Ash. Go. Shit. Good. So something before we go to the right. Something I'd like to say. When I'm standing over here, this is the bag. My opponent. I stand over here. My opponent will look at this. When I step in front, bring my arm up. My opponent will follow. Probably follow where the arm is going. There's focus on that movement. At this time, I bring the arms down and throw the Jordan washigiri over it. Make you 1, 2, focus over there and over knockout. Right. Ish. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Look. Sish. Ash. Ooh. Last one, people. Whoosh. Aisha. Yeah. Good. Exercise. Stomach again. Us. So, we're gonna work the obliques. We're gonna work the obliques. 15 left, 15 right. Us. Us. And there we go. And itch, knee, sun, chi, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aya, ish, knee, sun, chi, go, hantai, other side, and itch, knee, sun, chi, go, rook, sish, ash, go, 5 to go, ish, knee, sun, chi, aisha. Good. Well done, guys. Over to Mr. Stringer.
Right, so as per when we were doing the Chudo Mawashi, we really wanted to over-rotate this this supporting leg. And we're going to do exactly the same. We've done this a few times in previous lessons, and I use it a lot as a bridge of space. It's never going to drop the person, but it allows me to catch the person pretty quickly most of the time, and then gives me the opportunity to lead off for other things. Okay, so normally we like the person to be toe to toe, because we're going to try and do washigiri get, and then we can change the height. There's no problem in that at all. In catching that person on the outside, there's nothing wrong with doing it orthodox. We can catch the person's inside, or we can catch the person's outside back leg. But obviously, if we go for the back leg, it's a hell of a big range to make up. You've got to think that maybe the person's got a 70 centimeter stance, roughly, give or take, maybe 50 to 70 centimeters. Then you've got a bridge, 1.5 meters, and then all of a sudden we're up to a really long range. So it's possible, but you've got to get really used to the position. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to push off the back leg. At the same time we push off the back leg, we want to lift the front leg up and drive the weight forward. So effectively, we're doing this to start off with. And loads of people have problems with this initially. So please do try and bear with, okay? Because effectively, what we want to do is this, okay? And you see the length that I can, and I'm not really trying at the moment, but in, and that's easily, my front foot's gone 1 meter, okay? Covered that ground. And once you get used to it, you can start playing with the distance a bit more. So push, lift, straight forward, here, and then we want to twist this foot at the end. So it's staying in contact with the mat. We're not doing this, okay? Because what we want to do is we want to be able to be here and then land and then do something afterwards. We're only going to stick with the kick at the moment, and maybe we'll bridge on later on with a couple of more techniques. But the important thing for us today is to make the gap happen. Okay, please do not jump off like this. You have no control over what happens. We're going to be able to twist this so we can get that extra, that additional push that happens kind of halfway through. Yeah, we push and then we twist. We push and then we twist. Push, twist. Okay, and it's when that twist happens here that the kick starts to come around. And then that's when we're really opening up this position. Please do not try and do your mawashigiri like this. You're going to suffocate the distance that you can potentially get. Relax with it. Try not to be tense. And it's definitely not going to be a strong technique. It's going to be a fast technique that you're going to try and deliver. Okay? And if you've sparred me or fought me in a tournament, you've probably definitely been caught by this. Almost definitely. And it's really good just to keep catching the person. Even if you're not the strongest one, as we've said many times, you keep catching that person, you're still in the fight. You still keep active all the time. Okay? So we've got 10 on the right, or 10 on the left, 10 on the right, exercise, and then we'll go over to Wes. Okay, we all good with this? Do stick with it, and please do not do this. This is cheating. We're going from the position forward. Okay, keep the legs the same distance apart, and it grows. It doesn't condense, grow. Okay, all good with this? Let's go. Good. Ready? Start off small. Look for 40 centimeters, then grow 50, 60, 70, 1.5, and then maybe you can get beyond that. Wesley can probably get to 2.5 meters. He's got massive legs. Okay, ready? Keep the knee nice and low. Don't pick it up. Sun. Keep it nice and low so the person doesn't see. They're looking at your chest. G. Go. Good, and then change sides. Everyone's got a favourite. This will probably be alien for people because you're not used to pushing off that back leg. Please do try to get used to it. Okay, ready? Good. Don't try and hit with mid-shin either. Try and maximise the length of your leg and try and kick with the with kind of the instep if you're comfortable with that. I do this a lot to maximise it, or the lower end of the shin here. We all think about hitting mid-shin most of the time when we're doing low kicks. It's not going to be hard as long as you don't keep crashing the person's knee. It won't affect you much. Okay? Right. So we're just going to be there. Arms in the middle. Squat down. Touch the floor. Up. 20. Okay? Let's go. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Ish. Ich. Get. Shi. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Shish. Makes sense, everyone? Who struggled with that? Most people do to start off with, but hopefully really quick learning curve, start to really catch people out. Slide in here. Keep the knee low, just here, just above their knee, okay?
Or as we like to call it, the stringer low kick.
Yeah, I did this a lot, like a lot.
I think Gary and Neil did it as well, but I'm just calling it a stringer low kick.
Yeah. Gary O'Neill did it, and I think Skamoto did a version of it as well. Well, you know, I'm not in bad company, I guess.
No. Yeah. No, you're not. All right then. So a big positive thing is that a lot of people are, when they fought me, were very, I won't say scared, but they knew I was gonna try and kick their face off us. Especially, I have to say, I'm a very good Ushiro-giri guy. I've got a very strong and a fast Ushiro Mawashi-giri. So this means my opponents, they know this, because obviously in the modern era, there's a lot of videos on YouTube. We all went to the big tournaments, and you know, you nearly always see the same opponents there. So they know when they fight you, there is gonna be a time that you try to do the Ushiro Mawashi-giri. So we're gonna make use of this. And again, we're still thinking of really covering a big distance. And one who is also very good at this is a very modern day fighter. This is Arthur Adesanya. He was in Super Saturday as well. He loves his spins. So what we're gonna do, when I'm over here, when I spin, look how close I am to my opponent. I'm extremely close to my opponent, and this is what I wanted to do. So I just rat myself into my opponent. So we're gonna use this. So normally you would have probably thrown that one. Now I'm gonna spin. And my opponent will probably react on this by thinking, "Oh shit, he's gonna do a Ushiro Mawashi-giri." So I'm gonna spin and Ushiro-giri. I'm gonna spin Ushiro-giri. Spin and Ushiro-giri. So spin Ushiro-giri. I'm gonna fake, and I'm very close distance at this time. Uno más. Spin Ushiro-giri. I've done it a few times now, so this means you're gonna get dizzy. So we're gonna do left, right, left, right, left, right. So we're gonna alternate it. And for now, yes. So we don't get dizzy. Only 10. Only 10. Good. Cool. Left leg in front. Look at it. This distance is long. I already told it once. You're gonna think, "Oh, he's gonna do it again." And other side. And knee. Oh my God.
Too strong for it.
Oh shit. Well, I need to do that later. We were at sun. Go. Rock. Sesh. Ash. Good. Last one. Shash. Aisha. This, people, is 4 meters. All the time when I do this, I nearly covered the full 4 meters. Us, 4 meters, guys. That's half of the fighting tatami. Us, it's a lot of distance you can cover with this. Us, you can also catch them with the element of surprise. So very, very good exercise. She and Janine is in, so we got to do them. The jam pumps. Us, 30. 30 pumps. Us, 30 jam pumps. There we go. Think about fingertips forward. Us, and there we go. It, yi, san, chi, gu, ruk, sish, ash, gu. Yi, san, chi, gu, ruk, sish, ash, gu, niju. Yi, san, chi, gu, ruk, sish, ash, gu, sanju. Good. Thank you, guys. I think.
Look at the time.
Crazy again. Last combination by Mr. Stringer, and then we can do some stretching. My people.
My people. Right. Cool. So it's a very similar movement to what we did here, and I use this a lot and I adapt it a lot for a lot of different techniques. It's not entirely the same, but it is similar. So as Wesley's already said, you know, there's certain people, you know, they're gonna kick you in the face if you're flexible, if you've knocked a few people out, you know, like Yevgeny Solomennikov. He was renowned for knocking people out with Tobias Sharon-Washies and roll kicks, much like Kurbanov was. So you knew straight away, you know, he'd be in close and he'd be doing lots of Staskis, loads of inside low kicks, and then all of a sudden in the back of your mind thinking, yeah, I'm feeling quite comfortable, and wham! All of a sudden you're on the floor eating the mat. Okay, so take advantage of it. If you're catching people in the face all the time, use it to your advantage. And if you're unknown, guess what? They have no idea what to expect. You could be the stiffest person in the world, but you can still fool them because they have no idea. You know, so take advantage of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use an axe kick off the front leg. Okay, again, it's not going to be used as a really hard technique. It's just used to gain distance because it's a really straight leg. And remember, we did a KRT tips and tricks video way back. Most people concentrate with the axe kick, just getting it up. They don't concentrate on the push down and forward. Okay, so we're going to alternate between techniques. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. We're going to do an axe kick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're going to change this into a yokogeri at the last minute. Okay, because the start of the technique is exactly the same. We're going to cut here, and then we're going to cut down. Person's arms coming up. Loads of space here. Loads. Okay, you don't even need to hit the person in the right space, and you're going to make good connection. Okay, so as it comes up, we're going to there stab in position. So with the kikato, we're coming up and then throwing it forward. Again, I'm using this movement to gain those 50, 60, 70 plus centimeters. Okay, so please use the same. Axe kick as there. Yoko, we're going to push through at the last minute. So as it comes up, and then we're going to stab down into the person. Up, stab down into a yokogeri. Mark Mitchell showed me this many, many years ago. I think he got it from Gary O'Neill. The likes of Filio use this a lot. So a really good way to keep that distance. And if you're a little bit uncomfortable with them closing that gap, you just push them off a little bit, take your distance again. Okay, and then we start again. Long distance technique, take your distance again. Okay, so in 1, 2. Make sure the knee comes to the side still, like a good yokogeri should. In basics, still have to go through that process. What it does is it sells the person, and then we're going to cut through nicely. Try and get it nice and low, kind of on the floating rib. Between the hip and the floating rib is where we want to aim for. Okay, too high up here has got really solid ribs, and if you're kicking that high, then you might as well kick them in the face. to be fair. Okay. 10 on the left, 10 on the right, little exercise, and then, hey, it looks like we're at time. Okay, we all good with this? Axe kick 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Yokogiri 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Ready? Let's go. 8. Leap. 7. Remember, try not to cross those legs over. We're starting to stay from the same position. Sheep. Go. Right. 8. 8. Go. 2. Shia. And change the legs. The right leg. 8. Leave. 7. Sheep. Go. Red. Ice. Ice. 2 more people. Go. 2. Yeah. Good. What I will say is when you're trying these kicks, you need to really concentrate on utilising these hip flexor bands. You've got really strong hip flexor bands. These kind of kicks are really going to be a lot better for you. Okay? Right. So, what we're going to do, we're going to stretch them out a little bit. Okay? So, we're going to be in a bear crawl position, so your knees are not on the floor. We're going to come in, up, down. Okay? Don't put your knees on the ground. Up with the knee, sweep through, up, down, put the foot on the ground. Then the other leg. Up, sweep, back, in. Up, sweep, back, in. All understand? We're good with this? Let me try and open up here. Okay? Let's go. Just, we'll do 10 because we're running low on time. Okay, ready? Edge. Knee. Sun. Sheet. Go. Rip. Edge. Edge. Get. If you've got bands, obviously you can do this with a band, and then you get the sensation of actually pushing something out. Okay, right. Let's have a quick drink. Then we're gonna have a little stretch, I think, because we're nearly there. Time flew by again.
As always.
Jan, I must say you look like an action trophy figure today because you've been going side on. Every time I see you doing this and the ponytail goes up and you look like one of them little figurines on the trophy tops. I keep seeing you, I'm like, it's so funny, like, yeah! Well done. Trophy model, there you go.
So, I have these little hooks at the top of my heavy bag. So yeah. I just kicked the heavy bag, and one of the hooks fell on the floor. It bounced off just at one little bit that really goes underneath my dojo. So nice. I'm very lucky today. Bling, bling, and it's gone. So yeah.
Pulling up the floor to get it back.
Yeah, or just buy a new one.
Or just buy a new one, yeah. Okay, we're going to keep it real back to basics today. We're going to use the 4-in-1 stretch for most of the time. We've got 15 minutes, so I'm going to see if I can venture out a little bit beyond that as well. So, legs, 2 shoulder widths apart. We're bending the left leg first into the 4-in-1. The first stretch, I want us to take it open rather than stretching in at the moment, okay? Open up them hips, really try to pull them apart, okay? Right, let's go. Ready? Bend in the left leg first. Edge, open up. Yeet onto the side. Sun onto the ball of the foot. She, and rotate round. Try and push out that left knee with your left elbow. Making sure that your left foot's flat on the ground. And obviously we all know the right foot points up to the ceiling.
Hey, Bobby.
Edge.
Doe die schoen uit. Doe die schoen uit. Oké, kom maar. Ben je schoenen niet heel vies? Nee? Goed zo. Gaan wij spelen?
E.
Mijn dochter ging mij laten slikken als clown.
Oh, dat is vervelend. Dat kan gebeuren.
Sun.
Dochter is huilen.
Ja, je moet ook niet zo met die gekke dingen. Clowns zijn helemaal niet eng. Ze zijn hartstikke leuk. Maar ballonnen.
She.
Russia.
Wat is dat de ronde?
Dat is die vlag van Japan.
Hey, Moppy.
Hey, Bobby, zeggen we over Darren. Hey, Bobby.
And again, this time on the first one, I want you to twist into the leg. Okay. Edge. Try and push your left knee out with your left hand at the same time.
Daar ben ik bang voor.
Zie je. Dat gebeurt nooit.
Waarom is die lager?
Nou, dat is een andere.
Knee.
Oh. Is het andere?
Ja, deze is groter en zwaarder en beter voor papa.
Sun.
Oh.
She.
Is mama doen?
Die is een boterham van mama.
Oh. Oké. Dan is iets aan bellen.
Edge.
Iets aan bellen.
In up, pushing the right knee out with the hand.
Pas.
Knee.
Pas.
Sun. She.
Pas. Dit is gewoon dronken, Snoepie.
Okay, so when we change sides this time, we're going to go to the fourth position and we're going to go backwards. So normally we go 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's just rotating in a different way on some of the stretches. So effectively it's the same stretch, but the transition between 1 to 2 is different between going 2 to 1. It's the reverse muscles used. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Go to the other side, into number 4. Remember, when we rotate round, it'll be to number 3, so it'll be on the balls of the feet. Don't go to the side of the foot, which we probably all would naturally. Knee. Nice full rotation on that, right, on that route, and that's going to be like your Mawashigeri rotation. And when we go to number 1, we're going to go to the first number 1 that we did, opening up the hips, not leaning into the front leg. Itch. And from here, we're going to number 4 on the opposite side. Itch. Going to number 3 next. Knee. Nice full rotation on that hip. Side of the foot. She. And open up them hips. Don't lean into that supporting leg. That's the next round. One more round to go. Ish. Still going 4, 3, 2, 1. So really try to stay low in this next transition. See how your hip rotates round. And this will give you an idea on where you're struggling on your likes of your Mawashigeris, for example.
I moet net als afvoerdaren. Dat is die kant.
Son.
She's telling me that I need to do it like Uncle Darren.
Yeah, I thought she was.
Because Uncle Darren is flexible.
Yeah. Stretch into that straight leg and push the knee out with your left hand. If possible, of course. Last 4. Probably feeling your hip flexors a little bit tired now. knee, full rotation. Sun. She, and twist in. Straighten both legs, bring them in slightly, and just drop the elbows down to finish off with. Give them hip flexors a little bit of a break. Okay. And bring your legs in slowly. Keep your elbows down. So you're in like a hikadachi. And up you come slowly. Legs a little bit short. Wider. Itch. Rotate your hips, knee. Sun. Shi. Go. And two big ones. Rook. And sheesh. And the other way. Small ones to start off with. Itch. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. And big ones. Rook. And last one. Sheesh. And just push the hips forward. Just to finish off with, and this is really the last bit. And relax. Shake the moves. You probably feel it quite a lot on the inside. A lot of this rotation work. Do try that out from the 4 going all the way through to the 2, because you've got to think this is going to be very similar to the rotation that occurs in your more areas. Okay. Well, here we go. Another Super Saturday wrapped up, done, flown by, whichever you want to label it by, but hopefully it was very useful. Remember, bridging gaps can only happen if you commit to it, and if you actually move fairly quickly. If you're going to take your time bridging from A to B, you're going to have to find some other routes. Maybe like some gradual steps, a little feinting, and then 2 short steps to kind of bridge the gap a little bit easier. I understand that not everybody's potentially as quick as what I make ground up. I'm quite small as well, so I've got that going for me in this case. But not everybody is my size. But it is a fact of life. You know, if you don't get from A to B good enough, then throwing off C, which is your techniques, is really redundant because you're never going to hit the person. And if all the time, you know, you're fighting someone like maybe me or Wes, in the moment that you step forward, we're already out of the way, and you're like, oh, I just literally can't touch you. Any time I fight you, it's so difficult. It's because you're operating at a slower engagement rate than what the other person is doing. So if that's not working for you, obviously you need to change your tactics, you know, and you might have to then start operating like someone like Kazumi, for example. He's not very explosive from A to B, but what he does is he shuts your space off really smartly. And when Wesley was on about earlier on, you know, if you move to the right, what Kazumi would do is he would step to the right but forward a little bit as well. So he would slowly but surely start to still that space until he got you in the position that he wanted to be. So please do think about how you operate and how you are going to be able to function on them things. Okay, because I can tell you now, you know, Damon's a lot bigger than me, and he's going to struggle to move from A to B the same speed that I do. And you're like, Darren catches me all the time with this. Why can't I do it? Because I'm probably about 30 kilos lighter than you. Okay, so do try to think about them things. Over to you, Wes. Well done, guys. Your effort again.
Yeah, although the class was small and we didn't have a lot of people in there,
It was a really, really, really good class. Everybody, they worked their asses off. And look at what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. We've been training and teaching in smaller classes, but we've been doing a lot of tactical stuff, and this is something that doesn't happen a lot in like bigger classes or in your own dojo classes, because there's so much to look after. And when you do these kind of things, you're gonna get so much better every single time, and every single little tactic you can pick up and maybe use in your own style, because you don't have to use it in the same style as I do. You don't have to use it in the same style as Darren does, but you can use those little tactics for your own body posture, your own body movement, and your own fighting style. So it was it was a really good class. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoy together with Darren to share our little tricks and little tips and little tactics, because this is what gets you so much better. Always doing the same left right punches, or always doing the same kata. It's not going to make it better. When you do the kata, the form of the kata is always the same. You have to do the same steps. It's that simple. It's that easy. But how you do this and the technique you use doing and performing the kata, Sky still. That's what's gonna make it better eventually. So that's what we try to do with these Super Saturdays and all of the classes we give. So thanks a lot for all of your attention today. We really enjoyed it, and we will see you Tuesday.
Tuesday and Thursday, I think, is the sessions for next week, I believe.
Definitely.
Thanks, Janine.
Thank you. There's no secrets there.
Yeah.
Everything has been done, to be fair. Everything has been done. It's just our way.
Yes.
Effectively,
Really
it's always going to be a low kick, or it's always going to be a gyaku ski. It's just different ways to hide, different ways to fade, different ways to throw them techniques, and that's the bit that confuses people. So super stuff, and just give them a go. You know, you might feel like a wally doing it first time, but you know, I mean, let's face it. When Valerie Dimitri first came on the scene with this, people probably looked at him like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And then all of a sudden, 20 years later, he's still dropping people with it. So if it works, it works.
Good. Thanks a lot, guys. Really,
you can all unmute yourself that way if
Great.
you want.
That's fantastic. Thanks a lot. I'll see you on Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you, Darren.
No worries. Cheers, Jazz.
Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.
Good weekend, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
Us.
Bye.
Cheers, Jan.
Bye.
Let's see if I can get that little karate model up.
I'll make sure he takes the bag down for Tuesday, because the reason I was going this way was I was afraid I was going to kick the bag.
It was so funny. I was looking at me, oh my God, if only you could just go, and be like, "Ayah!"
The little pocket ninja.
Yeah, exactly.
Pocket ninja. It's a good keeping, like a keychain hanger.
Yeah.
KRT Jan magnets. Hey!
I'd buy one.
Rich.
Yeah, see you on Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah, see you later, Damon. Have a good weekend, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you on Tuesday. Thanks very much. See you later, Wesley. See you later, Darren. Us.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one, mate. Catch you later, John.